So first, of course, welcome, bienvenidos. I want to go over some class rules. You are going to follow along in your Chromebook. If we don't have our Chromebooks yet, then I will have something printed for you and in front of you. And then I will pause periodically to see if you have any questions about what I am going over. Everything I'm about to tell you is either in the student handbook or in the syllabus. This is not the syllabus. This is just kind of the information broken down. I will also be giving this video or showing this video again every 9 weeks just to give us a refresher and to remind us what summer looks like, especially at the midway mark and the third quarter when it's still cold and gloomy outside. And just remember, we're in this together. I want you to succeed. Now, sometimes I may not give you what you're asking for, but if that's the case, then I am thinking of the future and helping you. Just like, I'm not comparing you to children, but when a small child wants to eat the whole cake and the parent tells them no, the small child is going to be upset, right? And think, oh, my mom doesn't love me. I can't have the whole cake. But we know it's really in their best interest. So please, if you have any questions or if you think that something could be done a better way even, just come and talk to me. My goal is for you to succeed. Can I chew gum in class? Yes. Okay, so what I need you to do is, you see that space next to it, space to the left, you're just going to initial that I told you, yes, you can chew gum in class. Can I have my cell phone in class? Yes, you can have your cell phone in class, but according to the student handbook, you can't have it out. Okay, so you can use it in the hallway, you can text in the hallway, you can call your mom, but you can't have it out in class. And my specific rule is I don't want to see it once the bell rings. So maybe you're finishing up a quick text, you're in class, but the bell hasn't started, or the bell hasn't rang for class to start. As soon as that bell rings, you gotta put it away. So put your initials next to that. 3. Oh, I see this a lot. I will tell a student to put their phone away, and they'll say that it's their mom that's texting them. Never their dad, just their mom. So according to the handbook, you can have your phone with you. I just told you that, but not in class. So if your parent needs to contact you, then they need to call the office and have the office send a note. Can I use the restroom during class? Yep. Sign out and take the pass. Now the thing here is, if there's no pass, you can't go. It either means somebody else is out and using it, or it means that I've taken it away. More often than not, it means a student has taken it and then lost it somewhere. They've forgotten to return it. When the pass comes back, you are welcome to use the restroom again. No pass, no restroom. You'll have to go during passing period. What do I need to bring to class? Okay, we just read that. And then I forgot to bring the required materials. What do I do? Well, I would problem solve. If it's before class starts, run and get it. Borrow from a friend, borrow from me if you need to. Okay, so you should have initials next to all of those. Does anybody have a question about those first 6? Consequences for disruptive behavior. All right, I'm pretty specific for number 7, but if I hear you insult somebody, I'm gonna do something about it. Again, I don't give punishments, but you are earning a consequence by using inappropriate language in class. We don't do that. If you, number 8, if you hide somebody's whatever, binder, folder, cell phone, or shoes, I am going to be very upset. That is considered harassment, an extreme disruption of class. Don't do it. You will earn consequences for that. Number 9, basically it says, what if I chat quietly to my friend while you're teaching? And that's a disruption of class. Even if I don't notice it, the students around you are noticing that you're not paying attention, and it's disruptive to them, even if it's not disruptive to me. And once I see it, I will treat it as a disruption of class, and you will earn a consequence. And 10, I don't get this assigned. You don't mind if I pop in during this be Eagle time and ask you questions while you're teaching? I'll show you where you turn in work when you're done, where you turn in your assignments. If you know you can just walk into class, go over there, turn it in, walk out and leave, completely fine. But other than that, you need to wait for your class or Eagle time or after school. Otherwise, you are causing a disruption. I have to stop the class I'm in to talk to you, and you're worth it. You're totally worth it. But it's hard for me to get back on track when you do that, and that means the students in my class are suffering for it. So 7 through 10 were about consequences for disruptive behavior. You should have put your initials next to all of those that you understood and that you agreed. If you don't agree, I will be having a conversation, a one-on-one with you to figure out why that is, possibly calling your parents, not as a consequence, not to get you in trouble, but just there's a reason. There's a reason you don't agree, right? Okay, missed class. Lots of students ask me about missed class. Number 11, I'll be dismissed from school early and will miss your class. What am I supposed to do? Well, make sure you turn your assignments in before you go. This is a planned outing, right? Whatever you're doing, this has been planned. So if you are in school up to my class, and then whatever your sports or the band or FFA or whatever it is, you guys are going on a field trip, and I don't get the assignment, then I consider it late. Several times last year, I had students leave on field trips and then not turn in their assignments and tell me that using the late work policy on their assignments wasn't fair because they had a field trip. But if it's a planned field trip, you know you're going to be gone and you are in school at the start of the day, then it is your responsibility to get me that assignment that day or it's late. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause here and see if anybody has questions about that. I missed class this morning. How do I make up the quiz? Basically Eagle time. You could have taken it before if you felt comfortable with it. That would have been fine. You can come in during Eagle time, or you can make an appointment with me to stay after school. I got sick in PE, or basically I got sick during the day and got sent home early. What about my Spanish assignment that's due tomorrow? This is another one that's kind of a sticking point. So let's say I gave you an assignment on Monday that's due Thursday. You are sick Wednesday, but you're back to school on Thursday. That assignment is due Thursday. Okay, well, let's say you're sick Wednesday. I give an assignment Wednesday, due Thursday. For you, however many days you're absent, you get that many days to make up. So if you missed one day of school, you get one day to make it up. So you would come back to school on Thursday. I'd give you the assignment that you missed, and it would be due for you on Friday. I noticed I have a 0 in the grade book for an assignment, but I was absent that day. Often, when I go to grade something, I won't have the assignment and I'll put a 0 in the grade book. You know, that immediately lets you know I don't have it. The only way you can get a 0, and we'll talk about it a little later, is that I don't have the assignment. I will get students to come up and say, well, you can't give me a 0 because I wasn't at school that day. I was absent. I didn't know. If we look here, across from number 14, the very bottom, it says, according to the handbook, it is the responsibility of the student to arrange with the teacher for any makeup work. My head is full during the day. It is full. I'm dealing with a lot of things. And plus, at the end of the day, sometimes during Eagle time, if I can plan it, I will put in Canvas what you missed. It's in the daily agenda. And I will show you how to check the daily agenda once we're done with this. So if you come up to me and say, I'm actually thinking of one student in particular, he did this so much last year. Profe, I have a 0 in the grade book, but I was absent. I'm going to say, did you check daily agenda? When was it absent? What were you missing? When are you going to turn it in? Has it been more than 2 days past the number of days you were absent? Because then late work policy, you have a 0. Possibly you can use one of your late passes or your exempt passes if you still have them for that 9 weeks. Okay, I'm going to pause here. 11 through 14 was about missing class and what to do. See if you guys have any questions. Make sure you initial off to the side. Late work. Okay. Now here's something that hurts my heart every time. You know, part of me is a teacher, and part of me is a parent, and part of me is just a person. And number 15, sometimes I'll give an assignment and I'll give you a week or 2 weeks to do it. More often than should happen, I'll have students come up that day that it's due and tell me, basically, I tried to print it, my printer ran out of ink. I tried to print it, my printer broke. I tried to finish it, but our internet went down. My teacher side, too bad, I gave you 2 weeks. My mom side, well, your consequence is, turn it in tomorrow and we'll work on it. I'm sorry you had difficulties. It should have been done. That was the due date, but it should be done and ready to go before the due date. Procrastination is not a good life skill. So what we're gonna say is, I appreciate that you care about your grade, but procrastination is just not a good habit. If the assignment isn't ready to be collected when I collect it, you can still turn it after class, you can turn it in during Eagle time, but if you're not turning it in when I collect it, that is late and subject to the late work policy. Even if you turn it in before class is over, it wasn't ready when I collected it. 16, I forgot about the homework. I'll just copy off my friends while you're explaining stuff. I've seen you guys do this to other teachers in the hallway. Back in my day, we knew it was cheating. If I copied from a friend's assignment and turned it in as mine, that was cheating. But many students today don't feel that that is cheating. They feel like their friend is just helping them, but it is cheating. If you turn in that paper, that it's not your work you're turning in, it's your friend's work. Same for Google Translate. If you turn in a paper and I know you used Google Translate, that's cheating. That's Google Translate's work. That's not your work. If you're plagiarizing or you're cheating, you're gonna get a 0. That's not your work. You didn't turn it in. I completely forgot to turn in my paper. It's only been a week. I can still turn it in, right? After that second day, it's a 0%. You didn't turn it in. You can use your late or exempt pass, and you do get 2 per quarter. Late work policy, I keep mentioning this late work policy. So 1 day late, you're gonna get 25% off whatever grade you earned. 2 days late, 50% off whatever grade you would have earned, but really, I wouldn't go past the 50%. And then I'm giving you 2 exempt/late passes. You can just say, Profe, can you make me exempt from it? Absolutely, I'll make you exempt. Or, I'm sorry this is late, I'm sorry this is a week late, I just forgot about it, I got overwhelmed. Can you please use this late pass and grade it as if it was not late? Absolutely, you get 2 of those. Grading policy, so you'll see 100% to 50% needs to be your work turned in and your best work. You can't turn in a paper that says, I don't know, for all 10 questions and expect to get any points from that. You only get a 0% if it's not turned in. And again, that 3rd day it's late, I consider it not turned in. The categories you'll see in your grade book are reading and writing, listening and speaking, end of unit, and there isn't a homework category. I try really hard not to give homework for several reasons, mostly just because I don't want you to be frustrated at home with no way for me to help you. So those are big percentages, 40%, but you have at least 2 assessments under reading and 2 under writing. You have 2 for listening, 2 for speaking. End of unit, we have 2 culture assessments per quarter, vocabulary, and the quarterly. If I do give homework, it will go under one of these categories. It'll be something we're either practicing reading, writing, listening, or speaking, which are all state standards. And I do percentages just to help keep it fair. It's a lot easier to give reading and writing assignments and assessments than it is to give listening and speaking. And so I don't want that one category to be really heavy and skew everything else. Okay, food. Let's talk about food really quick. Basically, I can combine 18 and 19 and say no food in the classroom. It's in the handbook. There's no food. I will ask you to put it away. So, pause for questions here. Initial your name or don't initial, and then I'll have a private chat with you during Eagle time. Moving on to class activities. Just really quick here. These are things I've heard from students, like, why do I have to take this class? Well, travel out of the country, help someone in the community, apply to jobs that it does not hurt to be able to say you speak Spanish. It's been known to help prevent the start of Alzheimer's and dementia. And it's also been known to improve your SAT and your ACT scores. So learning a second language is extremely beneficial to you. I just like that you make me speak in class. Why are you doing that to me? Spanish is a language. You have to speak it. I will help you. I will not make fun of you. If you feel I am making fun of you, then something has gone wrong on my end, because I would never make fun of somebody for trying to speak a second language. You go too fast, you are welcome to come in during Eagle time and I can help you. I just need specific questions, or make an appointment for after school and I can help you. But you can't come in and say I don't understand anything. I need actual specific questions so I know what to help you with. Oh, can you believe this? I've had students say they hate the songs I play in class. Well, surprise, I don't particularly like your songs either. Some of them I do though. But songs are known to get stuck in your head. And it is a great way, non-grammar, non-textbook, non-workbook, songs are a great way to help you learn the language. Okay, any questions up to number 23? All right, frequently asked questions by students. You don't need to sign any of these. I'm just gonna go through them really quickly because you can read them on your own. A, pretty much late work. Can I turn my work in tomorrow? Yes, but it will follow the late work policy. What did I miss yesterday? That's also like the top 3 pet peeve. Check the daily agenda, okay? Check Canvas, check the daily agenda. I'm not making your life harder. I'm not trying to make your life harder when I tell you I don't know. I literally don't remember. I was 0 in the assignment in the grade book, but I was absent. Again, late work policy. And again, if you're absent, it's your responsibility to figure out what we missed. My family's going on vacation. Can I get all the work? Kind of, yes. I can, if you give me at least a week notice, I can try to put a packet together for you. But Spanish class is kind of fluid, so what I give you to do might not be what we ended up doing. Just be aware of that. If I do well, will my grade go up? Dude, I have no idea. The Canvas has this extremely complicated mathematical formula for computing your grades, and I don't know. The only way to find out is to do well on the test or quiz and see what happens to your grade. Since you're done teaching, can I go ask another teacher a question? No. You can during Eagle time, but it's the same thing. If I let you walk into a teacher's classroom while they're teaching, you are disrupting their class. I understand why you want to go do it, but I just can't. What can I do for extra credit? Nothing. I don't do extra credit. I asked you for help, but you didn't tell me the answer. Well, I don't just tell answers, but I try to point you in the right direction. So here, like, I'm more of a hint button than a skip level button. Basically, we have covered all the rules. We've covered the handbook. We've covered my syllabus. And you have signed, initialed or not initialed. And if you haven't initialed, I will be speaking to you privately during Eagle time about the things you did not initial, possibly including your parents. Again, not as a consequence, just to figure out a way to give you what you need in class to help you succeed. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the nice summer background, and I am done. Adios.